My beloved child, listen carefully to the call from the eternal realm. This is not the voice of men, nor is it a random echo in your mind, but the divine breath of the one who created heaven and earth, the one who holds the beginning and the end of all creation. Tonight, as the sky drapes a strange silence over the world, I come close to you to whisper urgent truths. Do not dismiss what you hear, for these are not meaningless words, but a living stream from the source of life itself. You have been called not by the desires of flesh or the choices of men, but by the profound plan of the Eternal One. And now, in this moment, you are placed at the center of the whirlwind of history, where invisible movements are shaping the future of all humanity. Open your spiritual ears, for what I am about to declare is not merely to comfort your weary soul, but also a warning, a guiding light, a lamp set at your feet, so that you do not stumble in the darkness. The world trembles not only because of wind or quaking earth, but because the heavens are in motion. Forces unseen by mortal eyes collide, and their echoes will soon resound upon the earth. Men call them natural phenomena, but I tell you they are signs from heaven. When the atmosphere changes unusually, when beasts migrate along unfamiliar paths, when the earth groans beneath your feet, that is the moment the heavens send warnings. My child, do not be lulled into false ease. Do not let fleeting pleasures blind you. This is a time to awaken, to keep a discerning heart, and not to be swept along by the crowd chasing illusions. I declare to you, the systems that mankind has built, the strongholds they proudly call invincible, will soon shake. Foundations they once trusted as steadfast will crack, not because I delight in their collapse, but because human hearts have grown arrogant, rejecting the one who made them. Just as in ancient times men built the Tower of Babel to exalt themselves, now they erect new towers of ivory through technology, power, and wealth, believing they will bring security. But I see the heart. Every work built on pride cannot withstand the wind of righteousness. Do not fear witnessing these events, for if you remain hidden in me, you will be kept safe. The wind may blow, but it will not uproot the one deeply planted in my word. Fire may burn, but it will only refine, not destroy. As Scripture says, the Lord is good, a refuge in times of trouble. He cares for those who trust in him. Nahum 1:7. My child, what is coming is not blind punishment, but a call to return. When darkness covers, the light will shine all the brighter. When all things shake, only what is built on eternal foundations will stand. I am stirring the world not to destroy, but to purify, to awaken, to pull the slumbering from illusions. And you, the child I have chosen, will be the trumpet sounding in the night, warning others that the time has come to prepare. Do not underestimate this role. Do not think you are too small or weak, for power does not come from you, but from my Spirit dwelling within you. When you speak, my voice will echo. When you pray, the heavens will tremble. When you stand firm in faith, darkness must retreat. Therefore I call you, prepare not in panic, but in wisdom. Do not focus solely on storing food and water for the body, but fill your soul with prayer, discernment, and loving forgiveness. Let go of resentment, for it is a burden that clouds your eyes and blinds you to the path ahead. Clothe yourself in humility, for the proud cannot hear the whispers of the Spirit. Anchor your heart in truth, for lies will spread like weeds in the coming days. I want you free, unbound by hatred, fear, or the weight of the past. Only then will you walk lightly along the path I have prepared, and only then will your spirit be clear enough to recognize the signs from heaven. The dreams you once dismissed as meaningless, the visions you once set aside, are the seeds I planted for this very moment. They are not fleeting imaginations. They are reminders preserved within, so that when the time comes, they will rise like young shoots from parched soil. Do not fear recalling these images, for they are the keys unlocking the hidden meaning behind the upheavals. I will reveal them to you if you seek me. As the ancient promise says, call to me, and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Jeremiah 3:3. You are not abandoned in darkness. My light still shines, and I want you to walk in that light with unwavering faith. Remember, you are not alone. Even now, my heavenly hosts surround you. Some angels have accompanied you since your first cry, and others I have sent to strengthen you in the challenging season ahead. They are not present for you to admire, but to support, protect, and fight for you. For the battle you are about to face is not merely of flesh and blood, but of the spiritual realm, where dark powers seek to sow chaos. But do not tremble. When you pray, the heavenly armies move. When you stand firm, the enemy's weapons become ineffective. When you place your trust fully in me, you become a fortress that cannot be shaken. My child, tonight, I remind you of a crucial truth. My throne is never shaken, though the world will continue to experience upheavals. You will hear news of instability, witness rapid changes, see empires falter and social systems crumble. Do not let this terrify you. Remember that even in the midst of the storm, I am the one who speaks, and the seas will be still. You are called not to fear, but to be an instrument of peace. When those around you lose direction, you must remain steadfast in faith. When the crowds run in panic, you must stand firm in my peace. When lies abound, you must be a voice for truth. My child, cherish these words, for they are not spoken without purpose. They are given so that you will not be caught unaware. Just as Noah built the ark while the skies were still clear, you too must prepare while the world remains asleep. Just as Joseph stored up grain during 7 years of abundance to face 7 years of famine, you also must store up spiritual wisdom so that you do not fall in the hour of testing. Just as Esther was placed in position to save her people, you too are standing at the right place at the right time to fulfill the purpose I have entrusted to you. Do not despise what I have done and am doing in your life. Every delay, every door that has closed, every silent season you have endured, none of these are abandonment but preparation. I have hidden you from premature exposure so that the seed within you might take root at the right moment and blossom in its appointed season. Do not chase after empty wells that can never satisfy. Do not seek comfort in human voices. Only in me will you find the spring that never runs dry. Let my word become the compass that directs your steps. Do not let public opinion steer your way. Let my peace be the wall that surrounds you, not the approval of the crowd. People will waver, but I do not. Systems will collapse, but my kingdom stands forever. Choose to place your trust in the one who never changes, so that no matter how fierce the winds blow, you will stand firm and unshaken. My beloved child, if the path you have walked until now has only been the sound of distant winds, you are now standing at the very threshold of a complete turning. Heaven and earth are stirring together. The realms above echo like the score of a great drama humanity is about to behold. You cannot afford to look away, for the signs are etched clearly into each event. From strange rains falling on barren ground to sudden drought, striking lands once brimming with water, all these are gathering into a symphony of awakening. All creation is groaning, awaiting the revealing of the children of light. And you, my child, you are among them. Do not think you are merely a grain of sand among the multitudes, or an unnoticed blade of grass on a vast field. In my eyes, you are an irreplaceable part of an eternal plan. As a small stone set in the right place can uphold an entire arch, so you carry a similar weight in the great work I am building. You were not born into this time by accident. I have appointed you to stand in this very season of turmoil, for you are chosen to mirror light into darkness. That is why the enemy ceaselessly seeks to bring you down, to sow doubt, to weary you. It wants you to believe your presence carries no weight, that your prayers fall into a void. But I tell you, every word you utter, every tear you shed, every hidden act of love you sow, all of it is moving history. Understand, my child, the shaking that is coming is not only to expose deception but also to divide. A line is being drawn not by human will but by a heavenly hand. Those who truly belong to me will be recognized not by hollow slogans but by the fruit of their lives. In the midst of a crisis, genuine love will emerge, patience will shine, and kindness will speak louder than any chant. By contrast, falsehood will be stripped bare, superficiality will show its emptiness, and what clings to mere appearance will vanish like dust before the wind. My child, I call you to stand on the side of truth even when it costs you misunderstanding, rejection, or ridicule. Know this, the price of faithfulness always carries loneliness, but its reward is to stand close to me, and there is no honor greater than that. Look back at the history of my people. Has there not always been a moment when only a few were willing to walk in truth? When Noah built the ark, all mocked him, yet he and his family were saved. When Moses led the people through the Red Sea, only those who followed escaped the enemy's hand. When Daniel chose faithfulness in the furnace, the fire did not consume him, for I was there. So it is today, only those who listen and yield will be sheltered. You may see the crowd running after confusion, but I tell you, do not follow them. The wide road leads to destruction, but the narrow path, though hard, leads to life. Be steadfast, even if others do not understand. Walk on, even if alone, as long as it is with me. In the days to come, voices will call from many directions, some offering false comforts, some sowing empty fears. But you, my child, must discern. My voice never contradicts the truth. My voice always leads you into peace, even when the road before you is stormy. My spirit will encourage and correct, but will never drive you into despair. When you feel unease without clear reason, stop, pray, and seek me, for it may be a warning. When you feel the urging to act, do so at once, for it is a sign that heaven is moving through you. You will need spiritual sensitivity as never before, for my whispers will not always thunder above the world's noise. Do not let resentment cloud your vision. Do not hold on to bitterness, for it will choke the sacred voice within you. I call you to forgive, not because others deserve it, but because you need to be free. Forgiveness does not erase wrongdoing, but it breaks the invisible chains binding you. As you forgive, your spirit will grow light, and my light will flow unhindered once again. You will need that clarity for the days ahead. Allow no room for spiritual blindness. Keep your heart tender, for only a soft heart is sensitive enough to recognize the signs. Prepare not by gathering up much material wealth, but by filling your heart with treasures from heaven. Your prayers, your meditation on my word, your small acts of love, these are the treasures that never decay. Let the house of your spirit be full of oil, like the wise virgins ready for the bridegroom's arrival. Do not allow yourself to drift into the sleep of those whose lamps go out when the trumpet sounds. This is the hour of preparation. This is the moment to fill the vessel with oil and to keep the flame of faith burning. Do not underestimate the power of intercession. When you pray for your family, for your city, for your nation, those prayers do not disappear. They rise like a fragrant offering upon the heavenly altar. Even though your eyes have not yet seen the outcome, each word is building a wall of protection, opening a new path, laying a foundation for miracles. Do not think that your whispered words in the night are useless. Before the throne of glory, they resound like thunder. I want you to persevere in intercession, not out of dry duty, but out of intimacy. I do not merely listen to your words, I am seeking your heart. Remember this, the power of darkness does not fear the crowd, but it trembles before a surrendered heart. When you yield everything to me, you become more dangerous to it than an entire army. The world believes that strength comes from numbers, but I declare that power flows from surrender. When you yield to me, I will act through you. When you are weak, then my strength is made perfect. You do not need to prove your own might. You need only allow me to work. and then the light within you will burn so brightly that darkness cannot withstand it. A time is drawing very near when many around you will begin to hunger for true answers. They will no longer be satisfied with empty creeds or shallow faith. They will seek what is real, what is eternal. And in that hour, I want them to find me in you. Let your life be a testimony so that every word you speak flows like living water. Every action you take reflects the truth. You do not need to shout for people to hear. Simply let the light within you shine and darkness will retreat. Now I speak plainly. Do not delay. Do not hesitate. Every moment I send you is an opportunity. Respond quickly, for delay opens the door to doubt. Trust absolutely, for doubt is the seed of collapse. When I say go, then go, even if you do not see the whole picture. When I say stop, then stop, even if you do not understand why. For obedience opens the door of protection, but resistance leads inevitably to its own consequences. I never delight in destruction. My purpose is not to annihilate, but to save. My heart is not bent toward wrath, but toward redemption. Yet remember, the road is narrow, the gate is small, and only those who stay awake and yield will enter the fullness. Do not let your heart grow cold. Do not let your ears become dull. Listen carefully, for I am speaking even now. And I ask you, are you ready? My child, do not think that the words I speak are meant to place a burden upon you. No, every word is steeped in love. If I shake the world you live in, it is because I will not allow you to settle into deadly complacency. If I awaken you, it is because I see the abyss your eyes have not yet perceived. I am not a God who delights in punishment. I am a Father full of mercy, willing to shake rather than remain silent while you drift away. You have asked why you have endured dry seasons, why you have passed through long stretches of silence. Here is my answer. It has been to train you, to forge you into a vessel strong enough for the storm that is coming. What you are facing now is only the beginning of a sweeping transformation. The sky will bear signs, the earth will tremble, hearts will be unsettled. Some will say, it is all coincidence. Others will claim it is nothing but natural cycles, but I tell you, it is my hand at work. I am calling humanity back. As Scripture has said, once more I will not only shake the earth but also the heavens, Hebrews 1:2-6. This is not to destroy but to reveal what is true and what is false. Those who have built their lives on sand will see it crumble, but those who have laid their foundation upon the solid rock will stand unshaken by the storm. Do not let yourself be swept into panic as everything shakes. Instead, stand firm, like a tree planted by streams of water, roots, deep leaves, green, fearing neither scorching heat nor drought. The peace I give will become a wall of protection around you, so that others looking on will know there is a living one who still reigns. You will become a living witness, not through empty slogans, but through steadfastness, compassion, and unshakable love. When others see you standing firm in the midst of chaos, they will long for the source of the strength you hold. And in that moment you will point them to me, the source of all things. Preparation cannot happen at the last moment. Just as a farmer must sow seed in its proper season, you must begin planting into your spirit now. Sow prayer that you may reap peace. Sow mercy that you may reap forgiveness. Sow faith that you may reap miracles. Do not wait for the storm to rise before you build the house. Do not wait for nightfall before you seek oil for your lamp. This is the hour to prepare. This is the moment to fill your vessel with oil. This is the time to sink your roots deep into my word, so that when the winds blow, you will not be uprooted. My child, look back at your tears. Do not think they have fallen in vain. I have gathered every drop. I have recorded every silent prayer. Those long nights that seemed hopeless were the very hours when I was deepening your soul. The pain you have endured, the breaking you have walked through, these are producing a precious oil that nothing else can create. As the olive must be pressed to release its oil, you too are being pressed so that a rare fragrance might flow before my throne. Do not despise the seasons of testing, for they are making you strong, steadfast, and capable of carrying my glory in these turbulent times. Let your heart be generous. Do not hold too much for yourself, but give freely in love. Speak with grace, yet do not dilute the truth. Shine with compassion, yet do not compromise with darkness. The balance between grace and truth, between love and righteousness, can only be found in me. Do not rely on your own wisdom. Lean on the guidance of my Spirit. As you walk in obedience, you will become a powerful instrument, and darkness will tremble when you appear. Beloved, I am calling you to be an intercessor not only for yourself, but for your community, your city, your nation. Your prayers carry power to move the heavens. Though you may not see it immediately, angels are already acting on each word you speak in faith. A wall is being built, a new road is opening, miracles are being born. Pray without ceasing, not out of obligation but from intimacy. I am not only longing to hear your voice, I am seeking your heart. When you offer me your whole heart, you will see my power move far beyond your understanding. Remember this: you are not called merely to survive, but to shine. You are not called to hide, but to be a lamp set on a stand. While many lose their way in the dark, you will be the one who points the path. When they hunger for what is real, you will be the living proof that I am still at work. You are my vessel, my messenger. Though the world may tremble, though systems collapse, though mankind falters, you will stand firm, for I am with you. This is the time to sow, to wait, to hope. This is the time to leave behind what is old and open your heart to the new thing I am doing. And as you walk in obedience, you will not only see protection for yourself, but open a door of salvation for many others. You will see pain transformed into miracles, tears turned into seed, and waiting into a rich harvest. Listen, my child, and step forward, for I am with you even now. Beloved one, many see the storms and think they are punishment, but I tell you these tremors are not only a warning, they are also cleansing, purifying, revealing what is lasting and what is fleeting. When gold is placed into the fire, it is not destroyed. The dross rises to the surface to be removed. Likewise, when you pass through pressure, all that is not of me will fall away, and what I have planted in you will shine more brightly. Do not fear the fire. It is not meant to burn you up, but to make you pure. Do not fear the wind. It is not meant to uproot you, but to strip away the dead leaves that no longer give life. As Scripture says, he will sit as a refiner and purifier of silver. He will purify the sons of Levi and refine them like gold and silver, so that they may offer offerings in righteousness. Malachi 3:3. Look back on the days you have walked through, the moments you thought you could not endure, the times you collapsed, the nights when tears would not stop flowing. All these things were not meant to crush you, but to reveal a hidden strength you did not know you carried. I have been there in every moment, keeping you from being swallowed by darkness. Without my protection, you would not still be standing today. And these very experiences are becoming the foundation for the great thing that is about to come. I never waste your pain. That pain I am transforming into oil, into fragrance, into a weapon you will wield to comfort and strengthen others in the days ahead. My child, do not think that testing is a useless delay. No, it is preparation. You may see doors closing. You may feel your dreams postponed. Yet I want you to know this is not rejection but protection. I am shielding you from exposure too soon, so that the work I am building within you will be mature before it appears. You have once wondered why your prayers have not yet been answered, but remember, I always answer at the appointed time. Delay is simply an invitation for you to sink your roots deeper into faith, to learn to trust me rather than circumstances. Remember what I have spoken. All things work together for the good of those who love God. Romans 8:2-8. Even the things you do not understand are contributing to the great tapestry I am weaving. I know there are moments when you grow weary, feeling forgotten in the desert. Yet it is in that very wilderness that I have whispered to you secrets you could never hear in the crowd. It is in the solitude that you have learned to discern my voice from the noise of the world. It is in the silence that you have discovered the value of a single drop of water, of a ray of light, of a promise. The desert is not a sign of my absence, but the place of my most intimate encounter with you. Just as I met Moses in the burning bush, so I have met you in what seemed like barrenness. And just as I used Moses after 40 years in the wilderness, so I will use you after seasons of hiddenness. Testing is not only to build you, but to prove my faithfulness. When you look back, you will see, I have never left you lacking. There were times you thought you would collapse, yet you still stood. At times, you thought you would drown, but I reached out my hand and lifted you. At times you thought the light had gone out, but then dawn appeared. Every step has been evidence of my companionship, and that very companionship will become the testimony you can share with others, that they too may place their trust in me. Do not despise small things. A seed only becomes a tree when it accepts being buried. A single brick helps build a palace. A single drop contributes to the ocean. In the same way, every small act of faithfulness, you do a prayer of intercession, an act of love, a silent tear, carries great weight in my kingdom. Nothing you do for me is in vain. Even waiting is part of the work. The patience you gain today will be the weapon you wield tomorrow. The trust you forge in secret will be the strength that keeps you standing in public. I call you to lift your vision. Do not see only the present, but behold the horizon I am weaving. I am not only working in your life, but in the lives of those around you. Your faithfulness today may become the shelter for your family tomorrow. Your prayer may open doors for an entire city. Your faith may ignite a flame that awakens a generation. You are not insignificant in my plan. You are a vital link in an eternal chain. Receive testing with a grateful heart. Not that you rejoice in suffering, but that you rejoice knowing that through it, I am preparing you for something greater. As Paul wrote, our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. 2 Corinthians 4:17. What you are enduring now cannot be compared to the glory that will be revealed. Keep your eyes fixed on that so you are not overwhelmed by fear or fatigue. Do not allow bitterness to harden your heart. Do not allow doubt to choke your faith. Let your heart be like good soil, ready to receive the seed of my word, that it may yield an abundant harvest. When you keep your heart pure, you will hear my voice more clearly, see my signs more plainly, and walk in wisdom beyond human understanding. I desire you to walk not in anxiety but in peace, not in your own strength but in the power of my Spirit. My child, you are not called to collapse but to rise, not called to fear but to courage, not called to hide but to shine. The world will shake again and again, but you will stand firm if you are rooted in me. And that very steadfastness will be a lighthouse to many. When they see you unshaken amid the storm, they will ask about the source of your strength, and you will have the chance to point them to me, the one who has held you all along. Therefore, cleanse your heart, stand firm in faith, and open your spirit to transformation. The day of my great unveiling is near. I want you not only to witness it, but to take part in it. Remember that today's testing is the ticket to tomorrow's glory. Walk on, my child, in complete trust, for I am with you now and forever. My beloved one, I desire to take you further still, that you may understand. Testing is not only to refine your personal spirit, but to separate what is false from what is true within the human community. This is the hour when every mask will be stripped away. Every facade can no longer conceal. What appears dazzling on the surface but lacks substance will vanish, while what is built on the solid foundation of truth will remain. Do not think this division is random, for heaven itself is drawing the line. As it is written, he will clear his threshing floor, gathering his wheat into the barn, but burning up the chaff with unquenchable fire. Matthew 3:1-2. I declare to you that this discernment is now taking place, and you are called to stand on the side of truth. In the days ahead, many voices will rise. Some will sound sweet, promising a false peace. Some will sow fear, driving people into panic, and some will mock and deny my presence. But amid all these voices, you must learn to discern which is truly mine. My voice never contradicts my loving and righteous nature. My voice does not sow despair, but encourages, corrects, and leads you to hope. When you feel a deep urging within a prompting born not of coercion but of love, that is the sign I am speaking. When you sense peace covering you, even in chaotic circumstances, that is the confirmation that it is me. I call you not to follow the crowd, for the crowd often chases what is easy, quick promises, and short-term solutions. But my way is not the broad, comfortable road. It is the narrow path that leads to life. The crowd may laugh, may scorn, but remember, you do not live to please men, you live to please me. As Noah built the ark alone amid ridicule, so you must walk steadfastly amid the noise of opposition. For when the rain comes, those who mocked will seek shelter, but you, if you remain firm in me, will stand in safety. Do not let your heart be imprisoned by bitterness. Resentment and anger are invisible chains that blind the soul. When you forgive, you not only set others free, but release yourself. Forgiveness is not forgetting the wound, but entrusting judgment to me, the righteous judge. When you let go, you will feel the weight fall away, and my light will shine upon you again. You will need that freedom to hear my voice clearly, so that you are not choked by bitterness on the day I act. My child, know that I am raising up a new generation, sons and daughters with tender hearts ready to obey, seeking not their own glory but longing to bring glory to me. They will not be like those who built towers to honor their own names, but they will build altars to exalt mine. They will not seek the world's approval, but only the smile of their Creator. And you, my child, are called to be part of that generation. You are called to step out of the shadow of self-pride, to march with the army of light, to become a voice crying in the wilderness. Prepare the way of the Lord. I know the enemy has tried in every way to strike you down. He has sown doubt in your heart, whispering that you are worthless, that your prayers are in vain. He wants you to give up, to sink into despair. But I tell you this, it is precisely because you are chosen that he rages against you. If you bore no calling, he would not care. But because you carry my mark, he seeks to destroy. Yet take heart, I have surrounded you with a hedge of protection. My angels encamp around you, and I myself have spoken. Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. You are mine. Isaiah 4:3-1. Do not underestimate the power of surrender. The world sees surrender as weakness, but in my kingdom, it is the key to strength. When you lay down your own will, you become a clear channel for my flow. When you humble yourself, I will lift you up. When you let go of ambition, I will entrust you with a greater purpose. True power does not come from grasping, but from yielding. As my Son humbled himself in obedience unto death, and was exalted above every name, so you also will see glory when you choose the path of humility. Hidden things will be brought to light. Schemes in the dark will be exposed. Systems that seemed unshakable will tremble. Leaders who rely on their own strength will fall. And in that backdrop, I will reveal my people, those who are not swayed by circumstance, but who stand firm in faith. You will see a clear division between those who only have an appearance and those who truly belong to me, between those who speak of love but do not live it, and those who live love, though they do not flaunt it. And you, my child, are called to stand among those who truly know me. Live by love even if you are rejected. Speak the truth even if you are mocked. Stand firm even if you must stand alone. For the light you carry within is not only for yourself, but for others groping in the dark. When they see the flame in you unquenched, they will find their way to the source of the light, and when they come, I want them to find me in you. Do not underestimate what I can do through one willing life. The world seeks power in numbers, but I find power in surrender. A simple clay jar filled with oil can light an entire room. A single heartfelt cry can move the heavens. A surrendered heart can become an instrument of salvation for an entire generation. And you are one of the vessels I long to use. Do not close yourself off. Do not let fear hold you back. Open wide, that my oil may pour through you. My child, the days ahead will bring many upheavals. But do not be afraid, for I have promised, though the mountains be shaken and the hills be removed, yet my unfailing love will not depart from you. Isaiah 5:4-10. The world may change, but my love is unchanging. Systems may tremble, but my kingdom stands forever. If you remain faithful, you will see my deliverance, my covering, and my glory revealed. Therefore prepare your heart, cast off the old things, the invisible chains. Clothe yourself with the robe of righteousness that you may stand firm on the day of testing. Keep the lamp of faith burning, so that when darkness covers the earth, you will become a guiding light. This is not the time to slumber, but to be awake. This is not the time to fear, but to rise. This is not the time to be silent, but to lift your voice, not in your own strength, but by the power of the Spirit. My beloved, walk forward with full trust, for you are not alone. I am with you. Heaven's armies surround you, and you have been placed in this time not by accident, but by my purposeful choosing. Be courageous, be steadfast, walk on, and you will see my glory revealed over your life as the dawn breaks after a long night. Now I want to take you deeper still in understanding what is happening. Every shaking, every trial, every warning is not just surface noise. Beneath it all runs a sacred current, an unshakable plan I am weaving through every event. The world sees only upheaval, earthquaking skies, shifting hearts trembling. But you, the one I have chosen, must look deeper to see my hand at work, to recognize that my love and my justice are being revealed at the same time. As the scripture has spoken, fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. You are mine. Isaiah 4:3-1. You are not a small fragment of history. You belong to me, and therefore you have a firm place even amid the turmoil. The trials are not only meant to expose weakness, but to unlock potential. Just as a seed cannot sprout unless it is buried, you too must pass through dark seasons in order to bring forth new life. The times you thought you were forgotten were the very times your roots were going deeper. The moments you felt buried were when life was preparing to break forth. Therefore do not fear the winter's darkness, for it paves the way for the spring's budding. Do not fear the silence, for in the silence I am whispering secrets no one else can hear. Do not fear the tears, for they are the river watering the seeds of hope within you. There are things you cannot yet understand, but I tell you, trust. Do not let your reason limit your spiritual sight. You want to know why, but sometimes what I give you is not an explanation, but the strength to keep walking. Sometimes I do not explain, but I hold your hand through it. Sometimes I do not lay out the full path, but I give you enough light for the next step. Remember, obedience does not require full understanding. Obedience only requires faith that I am always good and just. As you trust me, you will see the path unfold before you step by step until you behold the whole picture. The great shaking that is coming is not only to expose the pride of humanity, but to reveal who truly belongs to the light. There will be a separation not by human hands, but by the heavenly. Falsehood will no longer endure. Superficiality will be stripped away, and only what is real will remain. You will see the things mankind has worshipped, power, fame, comfort, become fragile and meaningless. But you, if you remain in me, will see another treasure, unlock the treasure of peace, of hope, of eternal life. This is the treasure no one can take away. My child, do not let yourself be swept into the rhythm of the crowd. When others panic, stand still. When they scatter, listen. When they seek refuge in passing things, hide yourself in me. For I am the fortress that cannot be shaken, the rock that cannot be moved, the source that never runs dry. If you remain in me, then no matter how violently the world quakes, you will stand secure. As the psalm says, God is our refuge and strength and ever-present help in trouble. Psalm 4:6-1. My beloved, do not forget that spiritual preparation is not only for yourself. When you stand firm, you become a pillar for many. When you pray, you build a wall of protection for a community. When you forgive, you open the door of healing for your family. When you persevere, you plant seeds of hope for future generations. You do not live for yourself alone, but as part of the sacred flow spreading through the earth. I have placed you in the right place at the right time, not by chance, but because you have an assignment. And that assignment, my child, is not always easy. There will be those who misunderstand you, those who mock you times when you feel alone. But do not be afraid, for in those very moments the light within you shines brightest. Like a candle glowing strongest in the dark, you will radiate truth when falsehood abounds. Like salt flavoring the vast sea, a single small act of faithfulness can shift the larger picture. Do not underestimate the power of an obedient life. For the world seeks power in numbers, but I find power in a surrendered heart. I also want you to remember this: never take lightly the words of warning. When I speak, it is an act of mercy. When I remind you, it is an opportunity. When I call, it is a gateway to protection. If you hear yet do not respond, you step out from under the shelter. But if you quickly obey, you will witness miracles. I do not warn you to make you afraid, but to prepare you, to keep you safe. As Noah built the ark while the skies were still clear, as Joseph stored up grain while the land was still abundant, so you too must prepare while the world still imagines all is normal. The wise do not wait for the storm to break before seeking refuge. They hear and obey at the first whisper of the wind. My child, do not let the news, the opinions, or the clamor of the world shape your soul. Let my word be your compass. Let my peace be your wall of defense. People may fail, systems may collapse, but I never change. As I was faithful to Abraham, to Moses, to David, so I will be faithful to you. As I have kept my promise through generations, so I will keep my promise with you. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not lost. I know every step, every tear, every breath you take. Beloved, rise up and walk in certainty. Do not hesitate. Do not linger. This is the hour to awaken. This is the time to prepare. This is the moment to live in full obedience. If you hear and do what I say, not only will you be protected, but many others will find life through you. You will become a bridge, a river, a lamp. And through your life, my name will be exalted, my kingdom revealed, and my love proclaimed. I am with you right now. When you are weak, I am your strength. When you are confused, I am your wisdom. When you are afraid, I am your peace. You do not have to walk alone. I go before you, I walk beside you, I come behind you. My angels surround you, and my spirit is flowing within you. Therefore, do not tremble. Do not lose heart. Walk forward with complete trust, for you are living not only for today, but for an eternal future. And in that future, my glory will cover the earth as the waters cover the sea. My beloved, I am calling you to step out of the safe zone into the mission I have appointed for you. What you have gone through was never meant to keep you forever in the shadows of trial, but to prepare you as an instrument for a great work. You have been refined, molded, and sifted through fire and tears, so that today you may stand not in your own strength, but in my power. You are no longer the old person. You have become a new creation, built to reflect the light in a world drowning in darkness. Do not let fear hold you back. I know your heart sometimes trembles at the thought of what lies ahead. But remember, I never call you to go alone. When I sent Moses to face Pharaoh, I went with him. When I sent Joshua across the Jordan, I went before him. When I sent Jeremiah to proclaim my words, I put my words on his lips. And now as I send you, I will be with you at every step, in every word, in every breath. As the ancient promise declares, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. Do not fix your eyes on your own weakness. Look to the strength of the one who has called you. My child, I have placed within you a fire. It is not an earthly fire, but a heavenly one, burning continually, urging you to rise, to speak, to act. You may have tried to quench it, to live quietly like others, but it has not gone out, for it comes from me. As Jeremiah once lamented that my word was like fire, shut up in his bones, making it impossible for him to stay silent, so now you carry the same fire. Do not fear it. Do not suppress it. Let it blaze, for it is the sign that you truly belong to me. That fire will light your path, warm cold hearts, and burn away the chains of darkness. The world is searching for answers. When systems tremble, when old foundations crumble, people will hunger for something unshakable. They have chased power, fame, and comfort, but all has become vanity. When they awaken to the emptiness, they will begin to seek the light. And in that moment, I want them to see me in you. I want them to find peace in you, because you carry my spirit. I want them to hear hope through your words, because your mouth is full of my word. I want them to witness love through your actions, because your hands are instruments of kindness. You do not need to appear perfect in the eyes of the world. You only need to be willing for me to work through you. Do not think that this calling is reserved only for those deemed great in the eyes of the world. I do not choose by human standards. I choose the humble to shame the proud, the weak to confound the strong, the despised to display my glory. You may feel small, but that very smallness is the fertile ground for my power to flourish. As I used a boy with 5 loaves and 2 fish to feed a multitude, so I can use what is small in you to accomplish something great. Give me everything, even just a faithful heart, and you will see me multiply it 1,000-fold. I know you once thought that the wounds of your past were evidence of failure, but I tell you they are proof of preparation. Through those wounds you will carry healing oil to others. Through those broken places you will comfort the brokenhearted. Through those trials you will bring hope to those who have lost faith. Do not be ashamed of your scars. See them as proof that you survived and that I sustained you. Scars are testimonies of my faithfulness and will become a sermon stronger than any words. Pay attention to the dreams I planted in your heart long ago. You may have pushed them aside, thinking they were too large, too distant, or too impossible. But I tell you, they are not illusions, but prophecies. They are not random. They are seeds sown for the appointed season. And that season is coming. Do not ignore them. Do not dismiss them. Embrace those dreams. Pray over them, and let me unfold each step. As Joseph held fast to his dream, even when sold into slavery, falsely accused and imprisoned, until at last the dream became reality and saved a nation, so too your dreams will not die if you hold them and place them in my hands. My beloved child, now I want you to realize with clarity that you have not been called merely to hear and to keep for yourself, but to act, to become a living instrument. I have placed you in the midst of a moment in history when every human system is trembling and every fortress built by man is collapsing. Do not let this sight make you afraid. See it instead as proof that I am at work. As a strong wind blows away the chaff, as fire consumes the dry grass, the shaking is happening to reveal what is true and what is false. You cannot remain neutral. This is the hour of choosing either to stand with the light or to drift with the darkness. And you, my child, have been chosen by me to stand firm on that dividing line. My child, I know that at times you feel too small before the vastness of the picture. But remember, I do not need numbers. I need a surrendered heart. One faithful person can open a path for an entire generation. As Moses stood before the sea with only a staff, I parted the waters for the people to cross. As David with a single stone struck down the giant, I brought down the pride. As Elijah prayed on the mountain, I sent fire from heaven. In the same way, you need only be faithful, and I will work through you. The world seeks its power in weapons and positions, but I speak to you, true power flows from union with me. When you are one with me, you carry a power far above any force on earth. My child, do not think that the darkness does not notice you. The enemy recognizes the mark I have placed on your life, and for that very reason, it tries to strike you down, to sow doubt, to wear you out, to make you want to give up. But do not tremble. I have dispatched angels to surround you. I have placed my spirit within you, and I have promised no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Isaiah 5:4-17. Every scheme will be broken when you stand within my protection. The darkness may roar, but it cannot touch your soul when you hide yourself in me. Be steadfast, for your very perseverance will make it tremble. My child, remember that the battle you face is not against flesh and blood, but against invisible powers in the spiritual realm. Do not try to fight with your own strength, with arguments, or with human authority. Use the spiritual weapons I have given you: prayer, faith, truth, and love. When you kneel to pray, that is when you stand firmer than anyone. When you love, that is when you defeat hatred. When you forgive, that is when you break chains. When you speak truth, that is when you drive back the darkness. Do not despise these weapons. They are not showy, but they are full of power. My child, let my word become the sharp sword on your lips. Do not let your mouth speak idle words, but let every word you utter become a seed sown into hearts, bringing life. Do not let your mind be filled with the lies of the world, but let it be saturated with my truth, so that when darkness comes, you may answer with my word. Remember, even my son overcame temptation by saying, "It is written." In the same way, you will win the battle when my word is engraved in your heart. Let it not only stay on your lips, but become your breath, your lifeblood, the heartbeat within your chest. My child, I want you to learn discernment. Many things will come clothed in beauty, but will be empty inside. Many will speak in my name, yet their hearts are far from me. Many voices will sound, but not all are from me. Learn to listen to the gentle whisper. Within that is where I speak to you. Do not let the noise of the crowd make you deaf. Do not let false sweetness lead you astray. Ask me, seek me, wait for me, and I will reveal myself. I will not leave you to walk in darkness. I want you to move with clarity, so that you not only guard yourself but also guide others. My child, your preparation has not been in vain. Every night of prayer, every tear you have shed, every time you choose faithfulness despite difficulty, all of it is recorded. Not a single moment is wasted. As small drops of rain fill the ocean, every small act of faithfulness you do is building a great wave. One day you will look back and see how everything has come together to form a grand design. Do not lose heart because you have not yet seen the result. The harvest will come at its appointed time if you do not give up. My child, open your heart to love. Do not let disappointment harden you. Do not close yourself off out of fear. When you open your heart, you become a channel through which my love flows to others, and that very love will change the world. Love is not merely an emotion. It is a power, a weapon, a light that drives out the darkness. When you love, you are participating in my work. When you love, you are making my kingdom visible on the earth. My child, remember, my glory will cover the earth as the waters cover the sea, and you are part of that promise. You are not called only to witness, but to participate. I do not want you to stand on the edge, but to become a living witness. I do not want you only to hear, but also to speak. I do not want you only to see, but also to act. You are a messenger, a vessel, an instrument, and through you my name will be exalted, to my truth proclaimed, and my love revealed. Therefore do not delay any longer. Rise, step forward, speak my word, live my love, shine my truth. The hour has come, and I am waiting for your response. Do not fear, do not tremble, do not doubt. I am with you, and I will never leave you. If I am with you, who can stand against you? Be steadfast, my child, for you were made for this very hour. My beloved one, after you have heard the call risen and begun to walk, now is the time to learn the art of abiding in me. Only as you abide can you bear much fruit. Only as you remain connected to the source will you not dry up in the heat. As my son said, I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever abides in me and I in him will bear much fruit, for apart from me you can do nothing. John 1:5-5. This is not decoration, but a principle of life for the days ahead. The world will shake, systems will collapse, but if you remain in me, you will stand firm like a mountain of rock in the storm. My child, many start well but do not remain. They hear my voice begin with zeal, but busyness, temptation, and weariness draw them away from the source. Their fire cools, their lamp runs dry, and their faith becomes a mere form. I do not want this for you. I want the flame within you never to go out. I want your faith to grow deeper, not shallow. I want your love to grow stronger, not fade. To live this way, you must learn to dwell in me, not only in prayer, but in every breath, thought, and decision. Let me become your very breath. Do not divide your life into spiritual and secular. I want to be present in every part, your work, family, relationships, thoughts, and words. When you eat, be aware of me. When you work, speak with me. When you walk, hear my whisper. In this abiding, you will be protected, guided, and nourished. As you remain continually aware of me, you become a channel through which my spirit flows freely and unhindered. This is also the time to learn how I work through you. Do not try to do everything in your own strength, and do not think the entire responsibility rests on your shoulders. You are the vessel. The power, wisdom, and insight come from me. When you yield, I act. When you step back, I step forward. When you are weak, I am strong. This is not passivity, but union. Just as a river flows from its source, so you shine by the light of my presence within you. Let love be the motive of all you do. Do not let fear drive your actions. Do not let the need for recognition guide your choices, and do not let pressure harden your heart. Let love lead the way. This love does not come from you, but flows from me through you. When you love though rejected, forgive though wounded, and remain patient though pressed, this is proof you are abiding in me. In that you carry the fragrance of heaven and draw others to the source of life. Do not walk this journey alone. I am raising a community of faithful ones who have heard the same call as you. Find them, connect, pray together, and uplift one another. A coal pulled from the fire cools quickly, but many coals together blaze. You are not called to fight alone. You are part of a larger body, each carrying a role, a gift, a mission. As you stand with them, the flame burns brighter, the cry goes farther, and the darkness retreats. Continue to intercede for your family, your city, and those who do not yet know me. Do not think your prayers are useless. They are like underground streams, quietly flowing until they burst forth as springs. Even if you do not yet see the result, every word spoken in faith weaves an invisible net of protection. Where you intercede, darkness weakens, angels gain strength, and doors open. Do not let your lips grow weary. Do not let your heart grow cold. Be persistent, for each prayer is a seed sown into good soil, destined to sprout in its season. Prepare your heart for what I am about to do. There will be new signs and events beyond human prediction. Some will call them natural upheavals, others coincidence, but you will recognize my hand. Clouds will gather with purpose, Winds will shift by intention, and the earth will tremble to awaken those asleep. Do not see these with fleshly eyes. Ask me, and I will reveal. I do not intend for you to live in obscurity. I want you to understand the times and the signs so you can guide others. Stand firm in faith. When others waver, stand. When they panic, be at peace. When they run, remain. Not remaining in pointless danger, but remaining in me, the true refuge. I am your fortress, your rock, your hiding place. When you shelter in me, no power can touch your soul. When you center your life on me, all else falls into place. When you put your trust in me, you will see miracles. My child, remember, this waiting is not wasting. It is the gestation of something new. When you are patient, you are making way for my plan to take shape. When you consent to remain in the dark, you are letting your roots grow deep. When you persist in prayer, you are pushing back the darkness little by little. Everything you do in faith carries eternal value. Do not fix your eyes on the present and lose heart. Fix your eyes on my promise and stand firm. My child, now I want you to open your heart to receive the peace that surpasses all understanding. Not peace because everything is calm, but peace in the midst of the storm. Not peace born of circumstances, but peace born of my presence. That peace will be the armor that guards your mind, the wall that shelters your heart. When you carry that peace, you will become a steadfast rock for those who are drowning in panic. When you enter a room, the atmosphere will change, not because of who you are, but because of the one who dwells within you. My child, let your life become an altar. Let your words become streams of living water. Let your actions become a sermon greater than any speech. For the world no longer believes in empty words. They are searching for evidence. And that evidence is your life. A life that reflects truth, lives out love, stands firm in faith. When they see you, they will see me. When they hear you, they will hear me. When they touch you, they will touch my love. Therefore, my child remains with me. Sink your roots deep into the source. Nourish your spirit daily with my presence. Do not let yourself be swept away by the haste of life. Do not let the fire within you grow cold. Keep it burning through prayer, through my word, through fellowship with a faithful community. And as you do, you will not only stand firm for yourself, but you will become a pillar for others to lean on. You will see darkness recede, miracles unfold, and my glory descend. My child, this is my word for you today. Do not fear, do not faint, do not doubt. You were created for this very moment. You have been prepared for this very season. You have been chosen to be an instrument in this great work. And I, the one who has called you, will keep you, will protect you, and will complete the work I have begun in you until the day of its fulfillment. Stand firm, be steadfast, love deeply, for my kingdom is drawing near, and you are a part of it. My beloved child, now I desire to open before you a new horizon of understanding. Preparation is not only for you, but for the larger community you are called to reach. From the beginning, I decreed that man was not created to live in isolation, but to commune together, to reflect the image of the Creator as one. You have walked through deserts, endured hours of silence, not merely so that you yourself might be refined, but so that when the time comes, you can become a source that pours out a stream flowing toward those who thirst. Do not think your journey ends with yourself. I am leading you into a new phase where your life will become a public testimony to my power and my kindness. Look around and you will see humanity is falling into confusion. The fortresses they once trusted now tremble. The promises they once clung to vanish like morning mist. The supplies they thought were endless suddenly ran dry. In that moment, a hunger of the spirit rises fiercer than any hunger of the body. People run to and fro searching for truth, yet stumble into counterfeits. They crave peace, yet drink from poisoned streams. They seek love, yet receive only broken promises. In such a landscape, I call you to rise. You are not only a recipient of my love, you are a bearer of that love to the world. You are not only one who has been saved, you are one who carries salvation to many others. My child, remember the promises I planted in your heart long ago. You have seen strange dreams, visions that puzzled you, impulses so strong you dared not share them with anyone. Do not treat them as random. They are the seeds I planted hidden in the dark, now beginning to break forth. Just as the grain of wheat must fall into the ground and die to produce many seeds, so you have endured a season of burial to be ready for this harvest. Those dreams, those visions, those urgings, all will come to pass when you step out, when you obey, when you hesitate no longer. Do not fear rejection, do not fear mockery. For I have said, if the world hates you, know that it has hated me before it hated you. John 1:5-1:8. The rejection you face is not a sign you are on the wrong path, but proof that you are walking in the truth. Do not let the scornful eyes of others make you shrink back. Do not let their sneers weaken your resolve. You do not live to please them, you live to please me. And as you remain faithful, I myself will testify on your behalf. Those who mocked you will see my hand upon your life, and they will know that you have not walked in your own strength, but in the power of the Eternal One. In this new season, you must learn to walk not only with your feet, but with an enlarged spirit. You must be alert to discern the smallest signs I send to you. It may be an encounter that seems accidental yet opens a new door. It may be a passing word that carries a message from heaven. It may be a dream, an impression, a stirring of unease in your heart. All of these can be channels through which I speak. Be attentive, be listening, do not despise anything. For I often speak in gentleness, in whispers, in the very things the world overlooks. My child, understand this. The work I entrust to you does not rest upon ability, but upon willingness. I do not seek those who appear strong in the eyes of the world. I seek hearts that are tender. I do not require those with power in their hands. I need souls that will surrender. When you offer me your willingness, I will do the rest. You need only step forward, and I will open the way. You need only speak, and I will put my words upon your lips. You need only obey, and I will work miracles. Do not be anxious about your lack, for in your insufficiency my fullness is revealed. In your weakness my strength is made manifest. My child, walk in unity. Do not seek to do everything alone. I have placed around you companions, brothers and sisters in faith, warriors of prayer. Connect with them, join your strength, build together. A lone flame is easily extinguished, but many flames together become a great fire. A single cord breaks quickly, but a threefold strand is not easily torn. So it is that unity produces great power. When you join hearts with others, you not only carry your own light, but ignite the heavens above you, and the darkness will not withstand such a collective light. Remember this: in this season I call you not only to hold firm your personal faith, but to become a bearer of faith to the community. Open your mouth and pray for your family, your city, your nation. Do not take intercession lightly, for your words do not merely touch the earth, they move heaven. When you pray, I send angels to act. When you pray, I open the windows of heaven. When you pray, destinies are shifted. Do not grow weary in intercession, for every word you speak is recorded in eternal memory. My beloved child, I repeat to you, you have not been placed in this time by chance. You were chosen for a mission. You were trained for a purpose. You were called to be part of the great work I am accomplishing on the earth. Do not belittle your presence. Do not disregard the role you carry. Do not think the small things you do are meaningless. Every action, every word, every choice is shaping the future. Therefore, my child, prepare your heart as a living altar. Let your life become a place where I may dwell, so that others who look upon you will see my light. Let your lips pour forth words of encouragement, words of love, words of life. Let your hands become instruments of healing, of building, of lifting up. Let your feet go wherever I send you, carrying peace, carrying hope, carrying light. You are not only a hearer, you are a doer. You are not only a receiver, you are a giver. And through you, my name will be glorified. This is the moment for you to rise, to step out, to live fully in the purpose planted in your soul from the beginning. Do not delay, do not tremble, do not doubt. I am with you, and I will go before you to prepare the way. As you walk, you will see miracles. As you speak, you will see power. As you obey, you will see my glory. And everything you do will be not only for yourself, but for those around you. I want you to understand that the work ahead will demand not only courage, but deep discernment and a steadfast heart. As I send you forth, you will face many winds. The wind of public opinion, the wind of opposition, the wind of enticing but empty invitations. Some things will wear the appearance of truth, but in essence are lies. Some words will sound wise, but conceal pride within. You cannot judge by appearances alone. You must have spiritual eyes opened to see the reality behind every surface. And those eyes are only illumined when you remain in me, when you continually seek the guidance of my Spirit. My child, remember that I have not called you to blend in, but to stand apart. The world loves comfort, compromise, and sweet words that lull to sleep. But I call you to speak the truth, even when the truth offends. There will be times you are regarded as different, as one who stands against the flow. But remember, you do not live to please men. You live to please me. Like the prophets of old, they were not welcomed, yet their words endured, because they were my words. Your steadfastness amid the clamor of many voices will become a beacon for wandering souls. You will see many things that appear outwardly to be collapsed, but in truth are purification. I am allowing old systems, outdated habits, and the proud strongholds of humankind to fall so that I may clear the way for the new thing I am doing. Do not be unsettled when you see walls crumbling. They were never the foundation of the future. The only true foundation is me. Everything else is sand. And I do not want you to place your trust in sand, for sand will soon be swept away. I want you to anchor your trust in the solid rock, so that when the rain falls, the winds blow, and the storms rage, you will not be shaken. My child, learn to keep peace within your heart, for that peace will be the sign that you are abiding in me. When the world around you is in turmoil, you will find your heart at rest. When others panic, you will stand firm. When darkness grows thick, you will shine. This is not the strength of willpower, but the result of my presence within you. Let my peace become the armor that guards your mind, the wall that shields you from the arrows of doubt. This peace does not come from circumstances, but from knowing that I reign. My child, remember that love is the most powerful weapon I have given you. Not sword, not power, not shouting crowds, but love. Love that is patient, kind, not boastful, not proud, not self-seeking, not delighting in evil, but rejoicing in the truth. When you walk in love, you reflect my very nature. When you love, even when betrayed, you are defeating darkness. When you forgive, even when wounded, you release both yourself and others. When you open your heart, you become a river, carrying life to dry and barren places. Do not overlook the importance of intercession. I repeat this, for it is the very breath of your soul. When you intercede, you stand in the gap for your family, your community, your nation. Do not underestimate the power of intercession, for it shakes the heavens. A single heartfelt prayer from a surrendered heart can change the destiny of a people. As Abraham interceded for Sodom, as Moses interceded for Israel, as Elijah prayed for rain to return to the land, so you too can move the heavens when you open your mouth in faith. My child, do not forget that darkness cannot overcome light. It may roar, it may rage, it may sow fear, but a single ray of light is enough to shatter the night. You are that ray. When you enter a place, darkness will retreat not because of you, but because I am within you. Do not despise your own presence, for it carries the atmosphere of heaven. You do not need to try to appear strong. Simply abide in me, and light will flow out of you. There will be times you feel lost, as though no one understands what you are carrying. But remember, I understand, I see, I am with you. I do not merely watch from afar, I walk beside you. When you weep, I gather every tear. When you are weary, I uphold each step. When you are weak, I give you new strength. You are never alone. Even if people abandon you, even if friends betray you, I remain faithful. As I have spoken, though father and mother forsake you, I will receive you. Psalm 2, 7, 1, 0. My child, keep faithfulness in the small things. Do not wait for great opportunities to be faithful. It is in the small things that faithfulness is proven. When you choose to speak truth instead of lies to please others, you are faithful. When you choose forgiveness instead of resentment, you are faithful. When you choose prayer instead of complaint, you are faithful. And that very faithfulness in the little will open doors to you in the great. I am searching for those who not only speak my words, but truly live them. The world does not need more slogans. It needs evidence. And that evidence is your life, a life steadfast in storms, a life of love in the midst of hatred, a life of peace amid chaos. When they see you, they will ask, why do you stand firm? Why do you still love? Why are you not afraid? And then you will point them to me, the source of all things. My child, remember that the shaking is not meant to destroy you, but to reveal what I have placed within you. As gold is refined in fire, as seed germinates in the soil, so you too are being refined, you too are beginning to sprout. Do not fear the fire, for it will not consume you, but purify you. Do not fear the darkness, for it will not imprison you, but cause you to shine. Do not fear the trial, for it will not crush you, but make you stronger. Therefore, child, be steadfast, rise up, walk in love and truth and peace. Become my instrument in the midst of this world. You are not alone. You are not powerless. You are not lost. You are my messenger, my vessel, the lamp I have set upon the stand. And when you live fully in that purpose, my glory will shine through you, and many will find life. My beloved child, now I want you to step into a greater vision, the vision of restoration that I am bringing forth across the whole earth. You have heard the calls to awaken. You have felt the shaking. You have been equipped with faith, love, and intercession. Now is the time for you to understand your role in this great plan, not merely as one who has been saved, but as one who partners with me in the work of redemption. This is not a burden meant to weigh you down, but a privilege meant to fill you with joy. For the universe does not need more spectators. It needs warriors of light ready to live and die for truth. And you, my child, are one of them. Remember that my calling is not for you to blend into the crowd, but to be set apart. This world favors voices that please the masses, thoughts that compromise paths that are easy. But I have not called you to the wide road. I have called you to the narrow road, the road of sacrifice, of surrender, of faithfulness. That road is not crowded, but it leads to life. That road is not strewn with roses, but it bears the footprints of the faithful who have gone before. And when you choose that road, you will never be alone, for I walk with you, and a great cloud of witnesses cheers you on. Do not let comfort become the enemy of your calling. Do not let temporary ease bind your feet. Do not let fear steal the calling you carry. The world will entice you with fame, with wealth, with the acceptance of the many. But I declare to you, whoever wants to follow me must deny himself, take up his cross daily, and follow me. Luke 9:2-3. This is not a threat, but a promise, that when you surrender, you will find true life. When you lose for my sake, you will receive 100-fold. When you dare to sacrifice, you will enter into the fullness that the world cannot give. My child, understand that your faithfulness not only impacts the present, but also opens doors for future generations. Your prayers today will become a spiritual inheritance for your children and their children. Your tears today will become seeds that bear fruit for an entire community. Your faithful steps today will become markers for many to follow. Do not underestimate your presence. You are a link in the eternal plan connecting past, present, and future. My child, in this season you must learn to discern clearly between what is true and what is false, between light and darkness, between life and death. There is no more time for neutrality. There is no room for compromise. I am drawing a line, and you must choose where you stand. Standing with me may mean being misunderstood, rejected, persecuted, but that is the price of truth, and I promise you that price is never in vain. The reward I have for you far surpasses every temporary pain. As the Apostle Paul said, "For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all." 2 Corinthians 4:17. My child, do not fear the division that will come. It is not meant to destroy, but to reveal. When light and darkness can no longer walk together, when falsehood is exposed, when truth is unveiled, that is when division occurs. But stand firm. Do not choose the majority simply because they are the majority. Do not choose the easy path simply because it hurts less. Choose the narrow path, for at the end of that path you will find me with the unfading crown of victory. Open your heart to receive my instruction every day. Do not think you already know enough. Do not think you have grown to the point where you no longer need to listen. The very moment you feel full is the moment you are most prone to pride. Keep your heart soft, always ready to be corrected, led, taught. Just as soft soil receives seed, only a tender heart receives revelation. Let the Holy Spirit continually water you, guide you, teach you, and you will grow, you will be established, you will be equipped for every good work. Remember that I have set my angels around you. They are not imaginary pictures, but invisible realities. They guard your sleep, strengthen your steps, and fight in battles your eyes cannot see. You never walk alone. When you pray, angels move. When you worship, angels join in. When you obey, angels clear the path. Rest in this truth. Heaven backs you, and darkness cannot prevail. My beloved child, be courageous in proclaiming the truth. The world does not need more uncertain voices. It needs those who dare to speak the truth even if rejected. Live in love, but proclaim in righteousness. Do not dilute the message to gain favor. Do not conceal the truth to remain safe. Speak with humility, but also with resolve. Let your lips be my instrument for truth, so that ears may hear, eyes may open, and souls may be saved. My child, I want you to become a refuge for weary souls. When they come to you, they must find peace. When they share their pain, they must find comfort. When they fall, they must find a hand to lift them. This does not come from you, but from my presence within you. Let yourself become the mirror, reflecting my kindness, so that when others touch you, they touch me. Therefore, my child steps into this new season with courage and trust. Do not turn back. Do not hesitate. Do not doubt. Stand firm in the truth. Walk in love. Carry peace, and become an instrument of restoration for an entire generation. I am with you. I go before you. I cover you. I give you strength. And when you complete this journey, you will hear my voice say, "Well done, good and faithful servant. Enter into the joy of your Lord." My beloved child, after I have spoken to you about watchfulness, preparation, unity, and steadfastness in the truth, now I want to unveil before your eyes the great tapestry of hope I am weaving. I have not called you only to warn you, nor have I led you only to show you the shaking that will come. All of this has a purpose, and that purpose is to bring you into a season of restoration where my glory will cover, where my promises will be fulfilled, where you will see my goodness revealed clearly. My child, the tears you have shed, the nights you have endured, The wounds you thought would never heal, all of these are not in vain. They are becoming seeds sown into the fields of the future, and the harvest will come abundant, complete, far beyond what you ever dreamed. Remember that I am the God of renewal. I turn wastelands into gardens. I make rivers flow in deserts. I turn mourning into dancing. I transform sackcloth into garments of praise. What you thought was lost, I can restore. What you believed was broken, I can mend. What you assumed was over, I can begin again. As I spoke through the prophet Isaiah, see, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. Isaiah 4:3-19. My child, do not let the barrenness around you discourage you. It is in the desert that I work miracles. It is on the cracked earth that I cause the waters of life to flow. My child, the hope I give is not like the hope of the world. Worldly hope is fragile, easily shattered when the winds change. But hope in me is an anchor for the soul, firm and secure. It is not built on circumstances, but on unchanging promises. When you hold on to that hope, you will stand firm, even when storms surround you. It will become the light that illuminates your path, the flame that warms your heart in the night, the strength that lifts you when you feel faint. Hold tightly to hope, for it is the golden thread that weaves together the story of your life, connecting past, present, and future. I know there are times you feel you have waited too long, as though the promise will never come. But remember, I am never late. I arrive at the appointed time. As a seed needs time to sprout, as a child needs 9 months to be formed in the womb, so my promise needs time to manifest. Waiting is not rejection. It is the season in which I am preparing the soil, clearing the thorns, softening the stones, so that when the seed grows, it will bear lasting fruit. Be patient, for your waiting is producing strength, perseverance, and a deeper faith than ever before. My child, open the eyes of your spirit to see that even in the shaking I am sowing hope. When human systems collapse, it is an opportunity for true foundations to be laid. When false values are stripped away, it is the moment for truth to be revealed. When darkness grows thick, light shines brighter. Do not look only at the ruins, look at the rebuilding. Do not look only at the ending, look at the new beginning. For I am the God of resurrection. Death is not a full stop, it is a doorway into new life. And likewise, what you see falling apart today is the very foundation upon which I will build something greater tomorrow. My child, I want you to begin to speak words of hope. Do not let your mouth overflow, only with complaint, anxiety, or fear. Fill your lips with my promises. When you speak of hope, you not only encourage yourself, but you sow seeds into the lives of others. When you declare my word, the spiritual atmosphere shifts, darkness trembles, angels move, and faith rises. Train your lips to speak what I have spoken, not merely what your eyes see. For your eyes see only the temporary picture, but my word reveals the eternal one. My child, hope is not merely an abstract concept. It is a living power that transforms the way you live. When you hope, you gain the strength to forgive, because you believe I can turn pain into healing. When you hope, you receive patience to wait, because you trust that the harvest will come. When you hope, you find courage to step out, because you know I have gone before you to open the way. Let hope become the rhythm of your heart, the breath in your lungs, the light in your eyes. My beloved child, passing this hope to a generation drowning in despair. There are young ones who have lost their direction, swallowed by emptiness and fleeting illusions. There are older ones who have lost their faith, looking back on life with regret and bitterness. I call you to be a bridge, bringing hope to both. To the younger, show them they were not born by accident, but with a purpose. To the older, remind them there is still time, still opportunity, and I am the one who can renew all things. My child, the hope I give is not reserved for a few. It is for the nations, for every people, for all creation. As the ocean does not keep its waters to itself, but spills over everywhere, so my hope longs to flow through you into barren lands. Let yourself become a channel for thirsty souls to drink their fill. Let yourself become a sower whose seeds of hope grow into vast fields. And let yourself be a witness so that when others look at your life, they will see that my promises are true. Therefore, my child rises up in hope. Lift up your head, for your redemption draws near. Walk with the steadfast confidence that I who began a good work in you will complete it to the very end. Do not look back with regret, look forward with expectation. For I am doing a new thing. I am restoring what was lost. I am renewing what was broken. And I will make you a living testimony of this, so that many may see, believe, and return to me. My beloved child, now I want to reveal to you a deeper layer of hope. That hope is not just an emotion, not a fragile belief, but a foundation for living a power that transforms your life and the community around you. The hope I plant in your heart does not stop at comfort. It becomes the driving force that moves you to build, to rise up, to become an instrument of restoration for your generation. While the world sinks into confusion, I want you to be a sower of hope, so that through you others may see the light and recover the faith they have lost. My child, remember that the restoration I promise is not merely fixing what is broken. It is making new, making better, making beautiful. When I heal, I do not merely bandage the wound. I cause new flesh to grow so that the scar disappears. When I restore, I do not only give back what you lost. I add in abundance, leaving you amazed. Just as Job, after his trial, received a double portion, so you will see abundance in the coming season. You once thought the darkness had stolen many years, but I tell you, not a single year is wasted. For I will turn the years the locusts have devoured into an abundant harvest. I want you to open your heart to a greater vision of restoration. Do not only pray for your own peace, but pray for the transformation of your community. Do not only desire your family to stand firm, but long for your city to be delivered. Do not only seek healing for your own soul, but carry the burden for those who are lost. As you expand your vision, you will see that the restoration I am working on goes far beyond personal boundaries. It is moving on a global scale, the stirring of heaven among every people, every nation, every tongue. My child, understand that hope must be joined with action. It is not passive waiting, but active trust. When you believe I will restore, begin to sow again. When you believe I will renew, begin to rebuild. When you believe I will send a harvest, begin to prepare the storehouse. Hope does not dwell only in prayer, but in faithful steps taken every day. Do not fear small beginnings. Do not despise taking one step at a time. For as you act in hope, I will strengthen you. I will open the way, I will multiply the work of your hands. I see the dark corners in your heart you think will never be healed. I see the hidden pain no one knows, no one touches. But I tell you, those very dark places will become the brightest places of light. The place where you are weakest will become the place where my glory is revealed most clearly. Those silent tears will become rivers of life. Do not fear revisiting the wounds, for I will turn them into living testimony of healing. Do not fear the ruins, for I will make them the foundation for rebuilding. My child, the restoration I promise you is not a return to the old, but a moving forward into the new. I am not bringing you back to where you once stood, but lifting you to a higher place. I am not merely giving back what you once lost, but granting you what you never even dared to dream. I am not simply mending a torn cloth, but weaving a brand new garment. See this, the ruins you see around you are only signs that a new work is being built. And this work is not by human hands, but by my own hand. My child, walk in hope without letting your heart waver. Do not let the voice of despair take over your mind. Do not let memories of past failures block the path ahead. Do not let fear cause you to shrink back. I have placed within you a flame of hope. Keep it burning, even if it is only a small flame, for I will breathe on it and turn it into a blazing torch. When you hold on to hope, you not only save yourself, but open the way for many others. Your hope will spread, will ignite, will light up an entire community. My child, look at the younger generations around you. Many of them are losing their way, swept away by the tide of falsehood, empty promises, and hollow values. They need a voice, an example, a source of light to return to, and I am calling you to be a sower of hope for them. Do not despise small words of encouragement. Do not underestimate simple acts of love. Do not overlook daily faithfulness. All these have the power to change a life. Sow into their hearts the hope that they were created with a purpose, that they are loved unconditionally, that they are not alone. Remember that the restoration I bring is complete from soul to body, from individual to community, from family to nation. When I touch one soul, an entire family can be transformed. When I touch a family, a whole city can be changed. When I touch a city, a nation can be revived. And when I touch many nations, the whole world will be covered with my glory. Believe this, for I have spoken it, and I will do it. Open your mouth to proclaim restoration. Say that dry land will blossom. Say that closed doors will open. Say that hardened hearts will be softened. Say that dead dreams will come alive. Speak not by your own strength, but by the power of my word in your mouth. When you speak, the atmosphere will shift. When you speak, faith will be stirred. When you speak, angels will move. Therefore, my child, do not sit in fear. Stand up, walk forward, sow hope, proclaim restoration. For I am doing a new thing. I am opening a new season. I am turning darkness into light, tears into joy, ashes into beauty. And you, my child, will be the witness, the vessel, the bearer of hope for an entire generation. Be strong, be faithful, be full of faith, for the coming days will be a harvest more abundant than ever before. My beloved child, when I speak to you about hope, I am not referring to a fleeting feeling nor just to a beautiful idea in the mind, but I am showing you a spiritual reality at work in great power. The hope I give you is a steady flame, a spring that never runs dry, a tree blossoming in a season of drought. It does not depend on circumstances. It is not bound by situations, and it never fades with time. It springs from my very nature, the unchanging one, the ever-living one, the one who has promised and will surely fulfill. My child, engrave this on your heart. Hope not only keeps you standing, but transforms the way you see the world. When hope shines in your heart, you will no longer see suffering as the end, but as part of the refining journey. You will no longer see loss as destruction, but as the soil where new life will grow. You will no longer see tears as symbols of weakness, but as seeds germinating in my presence. That is why I want you to nurture this hope daily, through prayer, through reflection, through clinging to my word. There will be days when your hope feels tested to the limit. The sky may grow dark, the wind may blow hard, and the night may thicken. You may feel my promises seem far away, and you may wonder if they will truly come to pass. But remember, faith is not seeing immediately, and hope is not having evidence right before your eyes. Hope is trusting me, even when nothing is visible. Hope is clinging to my promise, even when circumstances oppose it. Hope is believing that dawn will come, even when night covers all. My child, when you hold on to hope, you are allowing me to work deeply within your soul. Hope will shape your character, teach you patience, soften your heart, and open your spiritual eyes. When you hope, you learn to wait not in despair, but in expectant trust. When you hope, you no longer look at your own limitations, but at my abundance. When you hope, you are no longer imprisoned by dark memories, but freed to step into the light. My child, I want you to know that hope is not only a gift given personally to you, but also a responsibility. When I pour hope into you, it is so that you may share it with others. Look around you. How many souls are exhausted? How many hearts are broken? how many eyes are dimming. They need a spark of hope, and I have placed it within you so you can give it away. When you comfort someone, you are sowing hope. When you encourage a person, you are igniting faith. When you intercede for someone, you are opening heaven's doors for hope to flow down. Do not keep hope for yourself, for the more you share it, the more it will grow. My child, remember those in Scripture who held fast to hope and were transformed. Abraham, though old in years, still believed my promise that his descendants would be as numerous as the stars. Job, in the midst of devastating loss, still declared, "I know that my Redeemer lives." David, fleeing through the wilderness, still wrote songs of praise expressing his hope in me. These people did not endure because they were strong, but because they placed their hope in the one who does not change. You too must follow in their steps. Hold firmly to hope, for it will not put you to shame. My child, I know there will be times when hope feels like a flickering lamp, as though it might go out at any moment. But do not fear. I am the one who breathes on that flame. As long as you keep it, I will cause it to burn brighter. As long as you do not let go, I will make it stronger. And then you will see from a small spark, I can make a blazing torch to light an entire land. Hope is not something you create by your own effort. It is a gift I give. Your part is to keep it, to nurture it, and not let it be quenched by fear or doubt. My child, the hope I place in you will not only change the present, but also open the door to the future. When you live with hope, you will draw my promises to yourself. When you walk in hope, you will see doors open that were once closed. When you sow hope, you will reap an abundant harvest not only for yourself, but for the generations to come. Hope will link your life to the lives of your children and grandchildren. It will leave behind a spiritual inheritance that nothing can destroy. That is why I want you to be steadfast and unshakable, so that hope may flow through you, spread, and be passed on. My child, I say this to you, let hope become the heartbeat of your life. Let it guide your decisions, direct your actions, and illumine your words. Let hope be the voice when you speak, the light in your eyes, the warmth in your embrace. Let others sense hope through you, even when you say nothing at all. Live so that your entire life becomes evidence that hope in me is real, alive, and powerful. Therefore, my child, stands firm in hope. Do not let it go, not even for a moment. Do not allow any circumstance to extinguish the faith within you. Though storms may arise, though darkness may cover, though the world may shake, hope in me will never be lost. Hold it fast, nurture it, share it. For one day you will see every promise fulfilled, every tear turned into a smile, every dream reborn in the light. And when that happens, you will know that every waiting, every patience, every act of faithfulness was worth it. My beloved child, now I want you to understand that you are standing at a turning point in history, a sacred moment that many generations longed to see but did not. All that I have sown into your life through the years, the trials you have endured, the delays you once could not understand, all have led you to this moment. This is not just an ordinary season, but a destined one, where your faithfulness is being joined to the great work I am doing across the earth. You are not a meaningless piece of a puzzle, but an important part of the grand design I have been drawing since creation. Do not think your presence in this world is by chance. I determined the time of your birth. I chose the place you live. I placed you among the people you meet because all of it is within my plan. Every detail of your life, from wounds that seemed pointless to blessings you have received, is being woven into a radiant tapestry where every thread, light or dark, contributes to the final picture. You may not see the whole, but I do. And I tell you the picture is nearing its completion. I now call you to step out of silence and into the place I have appointed for you. There is no more time to hesitate, no room for compromise. This is the time for you to rise with a courageous heart, with unshakable faith, with love stronger than fear. For what is coming will shake old foundations and I need those who know how to stand firm in me to become pillars. You are not called to blend into the crowd, but chosen to be different. You are not called to remain silent, but to lift up your voice. You are not called to hide forever, but to reveal my light in the darkest places. My child, this calling is not a burden, but an honor. I have not chosen you because you are perfect, but because you are willing. I have not called you because you are strong, but because I desire to show my power through your weakness. Remember that the heroes of Scripture were not always brave at the start. Moses trembled before the burning bush. Jeremiah lamented his youth. Esther feared when she stepped into the king's palace. But when they obeyed, I turned trembling into strength, weakness into victory, anxiety into song. You will be the same if only you yield. My child, I am calling you to walk not in pride, but in humility. Not so that you may boast in your achievements, but that my name may be glorified. For this world is already filled with those who lift themselves up building towers to their own names, but all of them will crumble. Yet those who place their trust in me, who build upon the solid foundation of my word, will endure forever. I want your life to become living proof that humility opens the door to blessing, that obedience unlocks the treasures of heaven, and that even the smallest faithfulness carries eternal value. My child, let your life become an instrument in my hand. Give me your tears, and I will turn them into powerful intercession. Give me your wounds, and I will make them a living testimony of healing. Place your failures in my hands, and I will turn them into stories of victory. Offer me your unfinished dreams, and I will rewrite them according to my perfect plan. Hold nothing back, for everything you surrender to me will not be lost, but renewed, sanctified, and used to bring glory to my name. My child, this is the hour I want you to walk in greater spiritual alertness than ever before. You cannot walk with blind eyes to the signs. You cannot live as though everything revolves only around passing material things. You must walk with your eyes open to see the unseen, to hear the whisper of the Holy Spirit within you, to feel the heartbeat of heaven amidst the noise of life. For in the days ahead, the distinction between true and false, between light and darkness, between life and death, will become clearer than ever. Only those who listen and walk in the Spirit will stand firm. My child, I know the enemy has tried every way to discourage you, making you think you are unworthy, that you are incapable, that it is too late. But I tell you that all these lies are only meant to keep you from stepping into your true destiny. The time is not late, and you have not missed your moment. I have kept you under my covering so that you would not be destroyed before the appointed time. Now I am opening the door, and you must step through it. Do not let doubt pull you back. Do not let fear chain your feet. Remember, I go before you, I am with you, and I give you strength. My child, let my word become your compass. Let my peace be the umpire of your heart, and let my love become the motive behind every action. When you walk in me, you will not lose your way. When you anchor your heart in me, you will not be swept away. When you make me the center, you will find meaning in everything you do. And I will use you to reach people you never thought you could influence. I will put my words in your mouth so that you speak life-giving words. I will place my light in your eyes so that others see hope. I will place my love in your heart so that you embrace even those who have wounded you. Therefore, my child, be ready. Put on the armor of the Spirit, hold firmly to faith, grip hope tightly, and walk in love. This is a destined hour. This is the season I have prepared long ago. This is the moment when you will see promises fulfilled. Stand firm, trust, step forward, for I, the faithful one, will never leave you. My beloved child, I remind you once again, this is not the time to live superficially, nor the season to compromise. The days ahead will not be like any before, and only those who hold firmly to my hand will stand. I do not say this to frighten you, but to prepare you, to teach you, to guard your heart, to lead you into complete trust. I see the storms forming in the heavens. I hear the whispers of darkness waiting. I know of the shakings yet unseen. That is why I am awakening in you a spirit of watchfulness. Watchfulness is not merely opening your eyes to look, but opening your heart to hear, to discern, to recognize. Watchfulness is knowing that not every voice comes from me. Watchfulness is discerning what is true and what is false, what is the word from heaven and what is a deception from darkness. Some things will come with an attractive appearance. Some promises will sound like wisdom, but will lead only to death. If you are not closely bound to me, you will be easily swept away. But if you abide in me, my spirit will warn you, will whisper in your heart, "This is the way, walk in it." My child, remember Lot's wife, the warning I placed in Scripture, not only for past generations, but for you today. I said, "Do not look back," but her heart still clung to what I had called her to leave behind. A single moment of disobedience turned her into a pillar of salt, a sign for all generations after. My child, do not let your heart cling to what I am telling you to release. Do not turn back, not even once, for your eyes must be fixed forward on where I am leading you. If you let your eyes remain tied to the past, you will lose the present and miss the future. My warnings are not threats, they are expressions of mercy. If I did not love you, I would remain silent. But because I love you, I remind, correct, and stir you. Like a father calling his child away from fire, like a mother grasping her child's hand at the edge of a cliff, so I am drawing you away from dangers you cannot yet see. Do not resist my corrections, for my discipline is not to destroy, but to save your life. Do not close your eyes as if you did not hear, for indifference leads to destruction. My child, I have shown you many times through dreams, through visions, through the words of those I have sent. Do not count these as coincidences. Do not dismiss them because they seem too strange or too hard to believe. I used dreams to reveal the future to Joseph, to warn Pharaoh of famine, to call Daniel to interpret the truth. I can also use dreams to speak to you. Do not be quick to discard them, but hold them, pray over them, and discern them in the Spirit. For there are things I speak before they come to pass, so that when they are fulfilled you will know it was I who spoke. Remember Zedekiah the king, who heard the prophet Jeremiah's warnings time and again. I opened a way of escape for him, yet he chose to listen to proud advisers and to trust in human strength rather than in me. As a result, the city was destroyed, the people were taken captive, and he himself lost everything. Do not let your heart become like his. Do not let the fear of man grow greater than the fear of me. Do not let the noise of the world drown out the voice from heaven. You will see that whoever walks in obedience will be sheltered, but whoever turns away will reap the consequences. My child, being watchful also means keeping your heart tender. When your heart becomes hardened, you will no longer hear the whisper of the Holy Spirit. When you allow bitterness, anger, or pride to take hold, you become spiritually blind. Forgive, humble yourself, and lay down useless burdens. For I desire to speak to you through peace, to guide you with gentleness, to fill you with discernment. But I cannot pour into a heart still crowded with things of the flesh. My child, in the days ahead, the division will be clearer than ever. Not by human hands, but by heaven itself. Those who belong to me will be known not by slogans, but by their fruit. Love, patience, peace, kindness, gentleness, these fruits will shine bright in the storm. What is false will be exposed, what is shallow will collapse. Choose to stand with me, even if it brings mockery, misunderstanding, or rejection. For the reward of the faithful far outweighs the acceptance of men. When you hear the warning voice, respond at once. Do not delay. Delay is the seed of rebellion. Do not argue. Argument is the doorway to doubt. Obey quickly, for delayed obedience is still disobedience. When I say go, go. When I say stop, stop. Even when you do not yet understand, trust me, for understanding will come later. What I require of you now is surrender. I am seeking hearts that are sensitive ears that listen and lives willing to lay down their own will to follow me. The world seeks power in numbers, but I find my power in one surrendered person. When you yield, you become more dangerous to darkness than an army without me. For when you walk in obedience, darkness cannot touch you. When you walk in surrender, heaven moves on your behalf. When you walk in faithfulness, whole communities are blessed. Child, keep your eyes fixed on me, your ears attentive to me, and your heart soft before me. When you are watchful, you will not be caught off guard. When you are watchful, you will not be deceived. When you are watchful, you will walk on a safe path through the storm, without being swallowed through the darkness, without being hidden. And as you stand firm, many others will be saved through your obedience. My beloved, I have spoken to you about preparation, about vigilance, about hope, and about restoration. Now I end this word with a decisive call: choose to walk in complete obedience. Do not let this word be only an echo in your mind that fades away. Let it become a fire burning within, the driving force for every step. For the days ahead will test your faith, and in that very testing, your light will shine brighter than ever. You are not called to sink into fear, but to rise in trust, to become living proof that I am faithful. My child, remember, you are never alone. Even when you feel no one understands, no one stands with you, I am there. When you step into a dark room, my presence walks with you. When you cry out in weakness, I am the strength that upholds you. When you collapse from weariness, my hand lifts you up. I am not a distant spectator looking down from heaven. I am the Father close at hand, walking beside you, holding your hand through every valley. You will never carry the weight alone. Every tear you shed I gather. Every whispered prayer I hear. Not a moment passes without me with you. I give you my promise, though the earth trembles, though systems collapse, though humanity is in turmoil. My throne stands firm. Though the storm rages, you will be safe in me. Though the fire blazes, it will not consume you. Though the wind blows hard, it will not uproot you. For I have placed you in my hand, and no one can snatch you out. Stand firm in this shelter. Let your heart rest, for the peace I give is not like the world's peace. It is a mighty fortress, an unshakable wall, a safe dwelling in every storm. When you choose to walk in obedience, you not only save yourself, but open the door for many others to be saved. Your prayers become thunder in the heavens. Your faith builds walls of protection around your family. Your obedience becomes a light for those still groping in darkness. Do not underestimate your total surrender. Though the world may not notice, heaven records each step. And every obedient step becomes a stone in the bridge leading many souls to salvation. My child, engrave this truth on your heart. My calling is not to imprison you, but to set you free. When you let go of your own will, you are free to enter my great plan. When you humble yourself, you are lifted into glory. When you surrender, you walk in my power. Surrender is not loss, but the discovery of true life. As I have said, whoever wants to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. Matthew 1:6-5. Let this word be deeply etched into your soul. I have set before you a path. It may be narrow, steep, and seldom chosen, but it leads to life, to glory, to the fullness I have prepared. Do not be deceived by the wide road, by easy promises, by the approval of the crowd. In the end, only my way leads to eternal life. I invite you to walk on this path, not by your own strength, but by the power of my Spirit. I also call you to be an instrument of love. In a world full of hatred, be the proof of forgiveness. In an age of deception, be the voice of truth. In a society of division, be the bridge of unity. The love you show will not be a slogan, but a fire tested in the furnace. It will be revealed in patience, in kindness, in sacrifice. And through this, many will come to know me through you, not by your words, but by your life. My child, when you enter a room, let the atmosphere change because of the one who lives in you. When you open your mouth, let your words carry the water of life to thirsty souls. When you act, let every deed reflect my heart. You are not only a hearer, but a bearer, a revealer, a sower. I call you an ambassador of the heavenly kingdom, a messenger of peace, a channel of my glory. The time has come for you to step out of the shadows of doubt into the fullness of light. The time has come for you to lay down every burden, every chain, and run the race I have marked out for you. The time has come for your heart to be tender, your ears attentive, your eyes wide open, so that you will not miss anything I am doing. Walk with me, for the road ahead may be challenging, but it is filled with glory. Trust me, for my promise is sure, and my work will not be left unfinished. My beloved, hear this final word: choose me. Choose life, choose the truth, choose love, choose to walk in the light, even when it costs you. For every sacrifice today will become eternal glory. Every tear today will become unending joy. Every trial today will become a crown of splendor. You do not walk alone. You have me, you have my angels, you have a whole heavenly host surrounding you. Walk on, my child, for my kingdom is drawing near, and I am waiting for you with great joy. Thank you for listening to today's message. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell to receive the living word, to build an unshakable faith, and to walk in the boundless love of God. Amen.